What is up, guys? My name's Yin. My name is Yin. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the strike in the possible gaming industry. Now, of course, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and this is a little bit controversial, so again, let's just be mindful of everything we are stating because we can state our opinions, but also keep it respectful. With that all being said, if you guys scrolled all the way down onto my Sims channel, I do have 3 other channels, one being my podcast, one being my vlog, and the other one being the Simian streams. On my vlog channel, I actually posted a little bit of snippet of me actually going to one of the SagAftra strikes, and here's to get a little caught up on exactly what this issue is about.
So you're probably wondering, why are you so passionate about this? Well, hi, my name is Yen. I'm an actress and writer and film director, and basically one big ball of creative bubble out here in LA. I moved to LA about 10 years ago, but most people know me from either the films that I've been in or the content creation that I've posted online. I've been in SagAftra for about over 10 years now. After working multiple years on set, there is a lot of things that does need to change. Let's talk about the issues going on in the acting industry. And in case you've been living under a rock, SagAftra and Writers Guild are on strike. It's making a big impact on the entertainment industry, and I'm not going to take too long, but let me explain. Long story short, the Writers Guild demanded fair compensation for their creative work, advocating for improved residuals and healthcare benefits. Feeling undervalued and overlooked, the writers united to fight for their rights, sparking a collective call for change. AI is also a huge topic during this strike, which I'll explain more to you later, to the point where these writers will lose their jobs and have them taken over by artificial intelligence, which not only causes people to lose their jobs, but the ripple effect that this will have on the entire industry as a whole. But just so you know, the entire industry as we know it, and I'm not being dramatic, could change due to artificial intelligence.
Now that you're kind of caught up with what's going on with SagAftra and as far as WGA, now SagAftra has actually approved an authorization coming from the SagAftra union themselves, saying SagAftra members have voted 98.32% in favor of a strike authorization on the interactive media agreement that covers members. The strike authorization does not mean the union is calling a strike. SagAftra has been interactive media agreement negotiations with signatory video gaming companies such as Activision, Blind Light, Electronic Arts, Formosa Interactive, Epic Games, etc. Now, throughout the negotiations, the companies have refused to offer acceptable terms on some of the issues most critical to our members, including wages that keep up with inflation, protections around exploitative use of artificial intelligence, and basic safety precautions. Now, this article is very hefty, but they did continue on to end up saying it is time for the video game companies to stop playing games and get serious about reaching an agreement on this contract, said SagAftra President Fran. The result of this vote shows our membership understands the essential nature of these negotiations. Does go on to say, after 5 rounds of bargaining, it has become abundantly clear that the video game companies aren't willing to meaningfully engage on these critical issues. Compensation undercut by inflation, unregulated use of AI, and etc. So I remain hopeful that we will be able to reach an agreement that meets members' needs, but our members are done being exploited. Now, if you guys are curious, they do have a Q&A if you guys want to know a little bit more about the strike and what is going on, and if you're still a little bit more confused. All those will be linked below in the description. Now this is where The Sims comes into play. There's actually a list that came out of all the games, in which we're going to get into right after shortly this video that I'm going to show you guys, because you're probably wondering, what does WGA and SagAftra has to do with anything of the video gaming industry? Well, the Twitter page Black Girl Gamers came out with a video explaining more in depth about the video gaming industry and how the strike will actually help.
Of AI. And you're probably thinking, okay, isn't SAG and WGA mostly for television and film? What does this have to do with the video game industry? A lot. SAG recently voted to authorize a strike against the video game industry on behalf of voice actors because the issues mirror each other almost exactly. They are voting to authorize a strike against 10 major video game companies, including Activision, Epic Games, Electronic Arts, and Insomniac Games. Well, what does this have to do with me as a content creator, as a streamer? Should the strike be authorized, then these companies would be considered struck companies. So promoting any games from them, playing any games from them on stream, all of which will be considered crossing the picket line. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, that's great and all, but why should I care? You should care because these are games that you know and love. People have put hours and time and energy into making, and they're fighting for better pay and better working conditions. So it's up to us within the video game industry to support them wherever we can. And also, should you see yourself a part of the video game industry someday, they're fighting for working conditions that you will be able to directly benefit from. Just as a side note, it won't look good if you want to be a part of this industry someday, and the people that you're working with, your colleagues, your peers, have seen that you were fighting against what they were working for.
Now, a lot of companies have been coming out with different articles about the SAG-AFTRA strike and what is going to be taking place. There's actually also a Google Doc that's going around Twitter and spreadsheet of all the games you should not play if you want to support the strike and workers. We are going to get into the doc, and if you look very, very closely and you scroll all the way down far enough, you will actually end up seeing Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, and Sims 4, along with other Electronic Arts games such as Medal of Honor, Dead Space, Mass Effect, Battlefield, Dying Light, etc. There's also multiple other games in this category. So again, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on how you feel about all of this. There's also a Discord for an unofficial SAG-AFTRA strike game server where you can find out more information. Now, many simmers have been stating their tweets and concerns over on Twitter, and which we're about to read, but again, I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on what you think about all of this so far. I know it's a lot to take in, and we don't know exactly what could happen in the future, but let's get into a couple of simmers' tweets and concerns. Starting off with Spooky Sims actually did a survey saying, question for the Sims and gaming content creators: if the video game strike happens, will you stop posting, focusing on different games, and completely change your content for a bit? Now, with 367 votes, 51.5% said stop and change it up. Now, that is very questionable to see if that would actually follow through with what everybody is actually saying. Someone else by the name of Mog Simmer said, listen, Sims 4 is absolutely my comfort game, like basically my whole life. But if these strikes go ahead, I'm going to need other games to play. If anyone has any recs for games that are safe to play in the strike, let me know. Now, someone else by the name of Taylor said, if you do the hypothetical video game strike, I hope we can get an actual clear guide on what exactly to do, because right now, I don't get it. Do only content creators stop, or do people who don't make $1 are playing these games in their free time stop too? This is a question I saw a lot over on Twitter, and someone else by the name of Della Luna said the WGA and SAG-AFTRA made it clear that they weren't calling for a general strike from the public. They appreciated the solidarity when people canceled Netflix, etc., but they also said they weren't at the point where they were calling for that. So if it comes to a gaming strike, which hell yeah, they deserve better pay and treatment, we need to listen to them first. If they follow the course the WGA and SAG-AFTRA took, the first thing they'll need is donations to strike their fund. They'll let us know more after that. Now again, love to know your opinions, and goes on to say, so yeah, sharing your Sim stories isn't showing a lack of support. It shows the companies how important that these people that make those games or TV movies are. But if they ask for a general strike from the public, which we should show our solidarity in any way that we can. Now, many summers others took to Twitter saying, by the name of Serenity, I saw what's going on with the strike, and I'm going to say this. I'll continue playing The Sims 4 and still post my Sims. Why? Because it helped me through my dark times. Right now, I'm going through some bad stuff, so I need The Sims. I'm sorry, but it's my choice, and I do hope things get better for you. Someone else by the name of Henford Hen, which we all know and love, said, this is a tricky one. I'm all for the strikes, but what about content creators whose main income is solely based on one game, such as a lot of the simmers who do Sims as a job? It's easy to tell them to do other games instead, but the algorithms are not kind and do not help with this. And this specifically, I completely agree. Now, with all that being said, Electronic Arts is under fire for a lot of different reasons. Personally, just because of how they specifically run their business, and overall, one in particular that everybody knows is the EA app has been under fire and has a lot of backlash ever since they made users switch from Origin to the EA app. They've been having so many causing problems, whether it's updates, whether it's people missing games and packs and DLCs. The Electronic Arts has just not been where a lot of people have happy to use as a resource. Now, there is also this conversation about DLCs getting out of hand, and maybe that this will make The Sims take consideration of the DLCs and how expensive that they are getting. There is also many people talking about the lack of communication when it comes down to The Sims updating and correcting all of the broken items and glitches that are in the game that they have still yet to, promote. Now, I will be curious that if this video game strike happens, will The Sims actually hold off on Embrace the Hustle? Because again, The Sims will be involved with Electronic Arts, so therefore the strike will commence with The Sims. Will the DLC still get published? So far, The Sims nor The Sims Direct or EA has stated anything resulting in what could be going on as possibly far as the strike. I don't think they're going to end up saying anything until the strike is actually legit and real, and to them anyway. So again, I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions towards this entire topic, and what do you guys feel? Do you guys think that content creators should strike, or do you guys understand, or if you are content creators, what do you think will actually happen if you do that? We all know the YouTube algorithm is very, very strict and not friendly at all, and if we just switch up to another game, that could potentially hurt our channel in the long run. Now, there is a lot of factors to take into this, and I do believe that we should be getting fair pay. Not only that, but voiceover actors. As an actor myself, I completely understand that the residuals and the voiceover acting and just overall the negotiations that a lot of these companies try to, manipulate their talent into signing off on the bare minimum is completely ridiculous, and I'm in support of a strike, but also at what cost will this take and how far will this go? Would love to know your thoughts and opinions towards all of this. And again, thank you guys so much. We're on the road to 30K. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it truly does help out my channel. And whether you're a silent viewer, you comment on my videos, or you share my videos in some shape, way, or form, you still supported my channel. And for that, I thank you. With that all being said, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.